All right, people. Um, what I have observed in this country is that we have a mentality in this place, in this country, that seems to be very strong, where people believe that there are certain people who are supposed to be at certain positions in the socioeconomic ladder, whereas there are certain people they believe should be at the bottom. They believe that some people should be always eating from the gutters, whereas some people could be doing whatever they want, send rockets to space, and it is all right. And that is a very dangerous thing because what we have is a system some people practice where you have an imaginary like a meter stick, a yardstick. You have a yardstick, all right? You have a yardstick, and it's almost like they measure people. You're supposed to be at the bottom here. It's okay. Your father is Mister This, Mister That. You can be at the top. It's all right. But we do not know your mother. Your mother is a poor person. You're supposed to be at the bottom there. You understand? That is the way a lot of people think in this country. And so, based on that, when you try to get certain things from even certain institutions in the country, they want to find out who you are. You understand? All the information that is required for them to proceed is there, but they want to find out who you are. There was a job I was supposed to get a while back in the Ministry of Agriculture, and they called people from my community. I kid you not. They called people from my community to ask which political party that I'm supporting. I did well on the interview and everything was good, but they wanted to know which political party that I was supporting. Now, it happened one day there was a meeting in the IRDC for farmers, and there was a guy who was the district rep of the valley at that time. So after everybody left, I was there talking to the guy. So I tell him, man, um, I was supposed to get a job in that thing, and why? And I heard they called people from the valley, and you were one of the people that they called. You understand? You were one of the people that they called. You tell me, man, yeah, that's true. They called me, but I didn't tell them anything bad about you, as if there's anything bad to say about me. Let me tell you something. A lot of people need to understand that there is a skill, there is a yardstick that people use to measure you in the society. You understand? And in addition to that, and it is in their mind, and if they and the yardstick, it is based on your mother, who your mother is. If your mother is a little Malay, they do not know your name. Some people want to keep you down there. You understand? And also there's the political yardstick, and that one is even more dangerous still. That is how they flow in this country. That is how they move. Now, it is okay for some to have the whole of St. Lucia. For example, you will hear of an advertisement. You can hear that. For example, you can hear M&C or wherever M&C. In the advertisement, you can hear that they have their businesses in Castries, Beaufort, and Soufrière. That is perfectly fine. Some other entity can have their businesses in Castries, Beaufort, and Soufrière. That is perfectly okay. But me, if I have a little operation boss in my community, there are those that will support, but those that will that and there are those that will say in their mind, who the hell that man think he is? And the other thing some people will say, and they have actually say it to me, say it concerning me, is that they will not help me get rich. A little shop I had, there was a shop I did for farmers to get all what they need, because even when I was planting my crops, I realized that I had to travel too far to buy the things that I needed. And I realized if it is that every time I have to go those places when I already started my horticultural practices, I mean on my agronomic practices, I have to interrupt those things to go and buy these things in these other places. Sometimes all of Viewford by Chitoli, you know, it is good for me to open a thing in my community. So when I did that, the thing did well. You understand? And some people were saying they would tell other people they would not help me get rich. And imagine one of the thing, a herbicide called Grammar Zone. Everybody knows Grammar Zone. I was selling the Grammar Zone the same price as Renrick. Renwick and Company is the agent for the grammar zone and those things. I was selling the thing the same price as Renwick because I don't want people to leave the community and go all the way to Castries to buy something they can get from you. That don't make no sense. There is a lady, her farm was not too far from my shop, but that lady actually left Castries, and to go all the way by Renwick with Bouteille, that's kind of out of the way. This woman actually went there to try to buy the same thing she can get to my shop, which I don't have a problem. You can buy where. The lady was trying to cross over. There is this thing that this metal separation, this how do you call that? These concrete separations they have separating northbound vehicles from southbound vehicles. The lady tried to cross over that to go to Renwick, and I saw a vehicle almost kill that lady. Then I went when she saw me at Renwick, I'm just looking at her like that because I'm realizing you almost died. You almost died just before my eye, just trying to prevent me from having that sale. You know me very well. Your shop is by my shop. I sell a thing at the same price. And plus, it is an extra weight for you to live all over there and bring those things. But yet she went there just because they don't want to make me rich. And some of them people, let me tell you something. Let me just drop it out as I'm there. Let me tell you something. As I tell you, there are people who mark you and they feel like you're not supposed to be going too high. You understand? You're supposed to stay down there. Who the hell is your mother? Who is your mother? You understand? Your mother ain't have no money, nothing, and you think you can go anywhere? That is the mentality of certain people. You understand? Or they may say, who the hell is that man's father? You understand? If they don't, they probably don't know your father or whatever. Who the hell is that man's father? That man think he can come and open shop here and make profit here. You understand? These are the kind of things that they do. Now, there's a guy who came to my shop. I know the guy very well because the other son was close to my age. I was a little bit older than him. And we used to carry water together. You understand? So the guy is an elderly guy. So one time he came to my shop. He wanted grammar zone and touchdown. Somehow I had one and I didn't have the other. So there's another place on the other side that had the one that I didn't have. So he did. Hey, how dirty them guys are. Say for example, I had the touchdown, and he owed me $5 on the touchdown because he did not have the money. He claimed he did not have the money, and he would have paid me another time. I have no problems with that because I grew under the guy. I was playing with his son. I have no problem with that. But then he went to the other side. No, that's not how it was. That's not how it was. The man took the touchdown from me, owing me $5. I also had the grammar zone. He didn't buy the grammar zone from me, but he went on the other side because he said that he said that the grammar zone was $1 cheaper. Imagine a man owe me $5. I gave him the product, and the grammar zone was $1 cheaper. He went on the other side and buy it, and the thing one for $1 cheaper, whereas he owed me $5 on the product that he bought from my shop. When he came back, I lost all respect for that joker. I said, man, let me tell you something. You're a wicked man. You're a wicked man. Here you are. I gave you this thing. You owe me $5, okay, on the product you took from my shop. I have the other one you want. You actually went over there and buy it because it's $1 less than mine and you owe me $5. I said, you're a wicked man. People, let me tell you something. I'm telling you all of that to say. And there's another guy again. The man came to my shop and he bought animal feed from my shop, coming to either $1,500 or $1,700. And he doesn't want to pay. Instead of that guy paying me my money, the man got vexed with me and he stopped talking to me. So these are some of the things you face. So imagine you have a small operation, and every month you have around people owing you between $2,500 to $3,000 something every month, and some people, they make it a habit. That is why it is very difficult for some of these shops to grow, because some of these people, even when they can afford to pay you, they will not pay you. Now, how is it that a small man can like me You all think you all want to take credit, you all want to credit me, credit from my shop. But you all have the money to go to other places, these big companies, you all have money to go there and pay them in cash. But you all feel like you all don't want to pay me when you all owe me. So you know what happened? You know what the reason why they're doing that? Because these people, they do not want you to grow. They do not want you to grow. Not realizing sometimes that the very thing that I was giving these people credit to, I probably had a loan on those things, but you refuse to pay. When you do not pay me, what if I do not have money to pay the bank when the time comes to pay them? So if your operation go down the drain, all of them will say, "Me say fun." They will tease you, they will make mockery out of you saying you got broke. And some people, in the case of some people who actually were in that situation, they will say that this guy got broke because they were paying women for sex and all things like that. So they measure you and they do not want you to grow. But these same people will go to the shops of people who are 100 times more wealthy than you, and they will always have their money to pay in cash. They always have their money to pay in cash because the mentality is if you're at the bottom, they want you to stay there. But the person who are at the top already, economically, financially, they believe that these people have a right to be there and a right to exist. I will tell you all people that these people brought my shop down low. You understand? And at the end of the day, I left I did a deal with the shop because I had to go overseas and do my clinical training for my medical studies. And these same people I was giving credit to were telling other people that I broke and all kind of thing like that. You understand? I broke. They were saying I mad. I mad, so I sell my business. They don't know my business. I am going overseas to do my hospital training, my clinical rotation in hospitals, so that I can get my medical license thing going on. But they are just because I got rid of the shop because of them not paying me, and I went and do my clinical rotations. They are saying that I'm mad. You see how dirty them people really are. So what I'm trying to tell you people is this. And even from my business, there are people who come, anybody who come and tell me like sometimes, like, give me a genuine explanation that they're really hungry and they don't have money and all of that. I will give them some money to, at least a $20 to get something to eat. Now, there's a guy who came to me one time and I just look into this guy eye. I was already in medical school. I just look at this guy eye and I realized this guy was very sick. Look at other signs, other symptoms, and I realized that guy is sick. So I gave him $70 to go and see the doctor. A few days after that, people came to me telling me, "Boy, that you gave a man money to go and see doctor. Boy, that man never went to the doctor. That man was drunk. That man was buying rum for people." Well, a few weeks after that, he died. So what I'm trying to say is, I have done my part to helping the people, and in different things. Serve them in my business and different things like that. But I'm saying any business that I do again, I'm not going to do those things. I am not doing that again. The generosity that I had in my business, letting people get away with things like that, I will not do that again. Imagine there were people who were coming, they really needed something for their farm, and I would give it to them, and they would pass me, and I would give it to them credit, and they would pass me and behave like that they never knew me. And I would deliberately sometimes not ask them to bring my money for me, just watching and observing their behavior. Well, I have learned a lot. Any business that I start again, I'm not going to give people credit. You understand? I will not do that because a business is a separate entity from myself. If it is that you want something and it costs $20, I can give you a loan of $20 to buy the thing, but I'm not just going to take my thing from my business to give people again. I'm not going to do that. I am not doing that again. There are people that you can see that are in need and are really in need of help. I will help those people. But the way I was just giving all Dick, Tom, and Harry my goods and my play, I was running business, I'm not doing that again. Because again, principally what they do is people mark you. And they have a skill for you. They put you in a skill. You're not supposed to go over that skill that they have allocated for you, that mark they have allocated for you. Certain MNC and everybody else should have, can have business, Castries, Gifford, and so forth. But you, in their minds is, who the hell that man think he is? We ain't go get that man rich. You understand? So even whatever you're trying to establish, with these people it will be a struggle. They fight you in different ways. But I'm telling you something, I'm a new guy now. I'm telling you, the way I was doing it, I'm not doing it again. I am not doing it again. And I'm telling you people, do not fall, do not allow yourself to fit into the skills, into the meter readings that the people will put you in. You you value yourself. You value yourself. And the things that you want to pursue in this country, you pursue it. Pursue your dreams. And do not be limited by where people put you and or what category they put you in. Keep the fire burning. We'll talk about this thing more.